and got 5 full scraps of papers. And as a young child, I got a lot of resentment. And I started to write negative things upon my auntie. Things that were right and things that were wrong. Why? Because in my young age, I thought she also needs to be punished. So when I wrote everything, my uncle told me, do you know what? It's going to be a secret between me and you. Now when you write in the morning, give it to me and I'll keep it secret. And I'll go and read it and I know how to help you. Now this is my uncle, a fellow who goes and drinks. Amen. You understand where I'm going. So when I gave him the letter in the morning, he put it in his pocket. And that's not the trouser he put on that day. He put on a fresh trousers. And then he went to work. Now my auntie happened to learn on the letter. Now, I don't know, but it was tough. Positive, negative, everything was there. Now she waited, she didn't speak anything. She waited for both of us at night when my uncle had come back. Amen. And that day she cooked very well. As in very, very well. You know, we ate well, as everything was normal. Me going to school, I'm thinking as a young child, when I come back, I'm going to find when they have slapped her, they have done that. As a young child, you understand? I know what is happening at home, it is her time now. Amen? But when I came back home, everything was normal. So when my uncle came back at night, he entered as usual, ate food. Now in my bedroom, as I was sleeping, I was wondering what was happening. Nothing was going on. Now the conversation started little by little, little by little. And they started questioning him questions about the letter. Then I knew I was in trouble. And at that time, she had made sure she closed all the house and she had the keys in her hands. No one would escape, so that she can have us together, me and my uncle. Praise the name of the Lord. So when my uncle came back and they started now, to cut the story short, the fight started from the bedroom. Now, when the fight started in the bedroom, they started throwing everything at each other. The TV set down. The plates he was eating on down. Now, the whole bedroom was a mess. Now, what was bad, everything that was dropped down on the ground started cutting their legs as they were fighting. Now, the whole room was full of blood. Now, the fight started from inside. I do not know how it landed in the sitting room, to the kitchen, the forks, the spoons, and everything. Now, young as I was, I got so scared because I knew I was the trouble causer of all that was happening. Praise the name of the Lord. Now, to cut the story short, people came around, but no one could come to help because they all came outside the house, but they couldn't help because the house was closed. Now, they requested my uncle not to beat my aunt. But the truth is, it was my aunt who was beating my uncle. Because my uncle was drunk and he could not fight properly. He was, you understand what I'm saying? So it is the other way around, that my aunt was the one beating him. Now me, I got so scared because I knew after they have finished him properly, I was next. And now if it is as to that who has not done it, how much would it be to the trouble causer? So therefore I got scared. And I remember I made my last prayer when I was young. I said, Jesus, I'm coming to you, but please receive me. Young as I was, because I knew I was finished. Praise the name of the Lord. So God helped us. And then she opened the door. I do not know, but she opened the door. And people rushed quickly inside and then came and rescued the lady out, and my uncle stayed inside. Sorry, it was my aunt who remained inside. The uncle went outside. Now, I said, come on, guys. How would you not take the auntie outside and leave the auntie inside? Because I knew I was in trouble. So when my uncle went out, the lady entered inside and closed the house again. Now remember, the second person has gone. Now it is remaining me. I want to tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen. I sweated in the blanket in just a second. I was just sweating because I was so scared and so afraid of what was going to happen. Now she came moving towards the bedroom. I said, I am finished. And when she came to the bedroom, she called me by name. I said, do whatever you want, but I'm not responding. I am going a silent death. So she called me, Joseph, Joseph. I refused to respond. So eventually she moved out. I said she has gone for a knife. I could not settle in. I do not know if you have ever prayed that a ventilator becomes a door. I prayed that prayer because the house was closed anyway. And I prayed that the ventilator would become a door that I may move out. But it never happened. But thank God, at the end of that day, she went to her bedroom and she slept. Then my uncle finally, they opened for him. He came inside and God just rescued me. Clap for Jesus, please. So coming from such a kind of a background, after leaving that place, I've been raised up by different people. I went to another place whereby this other sister, I do not know how to call her, but she's not biological. She also had this other bit of believing in witchcraft. Why am I saying this? I'm trying to let you know that these things are happening even today. And in our families, in our lives around us, these things are happening. So when I went and stayed with my other uncle, the same story. Because in this home, I could not stay there any more longer. Because I knew I would lose my life. So I had to run for my life. One time she told my uncle, you either choose that boy to go out of this home or I go. I said I would not wait for anyone whom I found here to leave. I have to leave. So I cried out to go to my other uncle, deep in Mitiana, whereby it was the same thing. You go